incredible thing to say about somebody. But number two, it speaks to his level of dedication. The one thing you can't do is cheat your way to conditioning.
Right.
You can't cheat your way to it. You can't. There's no way around that. I don't care how skilled you are. You can't just wake up and be in shape.
Yeah, no, you have to work at it.
You got to work.
Can I just pause you for
and he does
a second,
that.
Stephen A? Because obviously I sit on the show every day, and often I hear the GOAT debate, right? Especially with Shannon Sharp, who we know is a huge LeBron fan, and you're always the proponent for MJ. I mean, just earlier this week, he was going to pull out a full GOAT costume.
A full GOAT costume.
A full GOAT costume.
He better not do that.
And I understand what you're saying is we're kind of debating apples and oranges at this point when we're looking at sustained greatness. We're treating LeBron almost like a Tom Brady, right? And then you talk about more of like at their peak with an MJ, maybe like a Patrick Mahomes is the best we've ever seen. And maybe he'll end up having the sustained greatness. I'm just curious why last night you just decided I'm going to put this debate to rest, and all of a sudden you feel like it's no longer a debate.
Because I think that when listening to Wendy this morning talk about the breadth of his career, okay, you can't ignore that category. You can't ignore somebody that's continuously great for 22 years. Jordan only played 15. Now, the reason why I will come to the defense of Jordan is because at Jordan's best, number one, I've never seen anybody better, and that includes LeBron.
I think LeBron would agree with that.
That's right. Well, I don't know about that.
Maybe
I don't
not
know publicly. Well, damn it, that's what we talking about, okay? All right? Because, you got to admit that, okay?
All right.
So that's number one. Number two, let's not ignore the level of physicality that once existed in the NBA. It's physically taxing on players to play in today's game because of the speed and the athleticism that they have to go up against on a night-and-night basis. I understand that kind of physical taxation. I'm talking about back in the day, you had cats that would get mugged. Jordan got mugged by the bad boy Pistons. The Knicks under Pat Riley's era tried to mug him. Think about this for a second, Eminem. Think about this, Wendy. Yeah, Patrick Ewing. Sure, yeah, Patrick Ewing. What did they go out and do? They got Oakley. They got Anthony Mason. You understand? Before him, they had Ken Bannister and Xavier McDaniels. Talk to the league. Talk to historians. These brothers Molly will roll up. They find you in a hotel lobby or a restaurant before the game. I had one dude, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to put him out on Front Street like that. He got in trouble with Derek Coleman. They know who I'm talking about. Derek Coleman was in the elevator. I heard you was talking about me. And dude was like, no, I ain't talking about you. Oh, you calling my mother a liar? Because his mama, Derek Coleman's mother told him. And the dude was like this. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to bust your ass when I see you after this game.
Yeah.
And the dude went into the game and scored 2 points because he sat there petrified all game long. The kind of stuff that happens. See, I don't know about stuff like that, but they do. And I'm just saying to you, but it was real. It wasn't talk.
Yeah.
These cats would catch each other. I mean, in the game, it was physical. Off the court, it would be physical. When there were some injury reports that took place, that injury didn't occur on the court or in practice. I mean, they saw each other. You see what I'm saying? LeBron and I had to deal with that. The level of physicality that exists in today's game drastically is diminished from what it once was, which is another reason why Jordan gets that credit. But again, the longevity of LeBron James speaks for itself.
Can I ask something else that kind of came to mind when you were speaking? Do you think it's fair to argue that it's more unlikely to see a LeBron James now if we're crowning him the GOAT of sustained greatness, longevity, consistency, resiliency, all of those things, than an MJ, a special talent? Because
yes, I would say that. Because I think the thing, and we talked about it this morning, the other part about this 50,000 is not just a regular season total.
That's right.
So you've got to get multiple finals, 9 finals or whatever the number is. You got to be 10. You got to be performing at that level. And you've got to do it for 22 years. I think we'll see guys play for 22 years, but we'll see guys take different roles in their rosters. And we've probably already seen that. Yeah, we just saw VC do it. You know, they become this mentor, this coach 'em up guy, this culture guy. But if they get to the finals this year, it's going to be because of what LeBron James has done alongside of Luka Doncic. This is not a passive 22 at all.
I just remember Dwayne Wade, when LeBron went back to Cleveland, 2014, I remember Dwayne saying, I don't know how he can do it again because of what we went through building this team up. He goes, I could not mentally do that again. He's done it twice more and might be on the verge of thrice. We'll see Luka's obviously there to potentially help him.
Yeah.
But climbing that mountain, this is why I've said this for years. LeBron's 6 finals losses are not a blemish on his legacy. They are additive because he has always risen back up.
Fair. But one of them is a blemish. We ain't going to lie on national television.
But one of them is a diamond.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. A matter of fact, and I've never held the San Antonio Spurs lost the first one to him in Cleveland. I mean, hell, he carried that Cleveland on his back.
Okay.
I've never held that against him. And I've never held the San Antonio second loss when D-Wade wasn't healthy, he had a bad knee, and LeBron carried them and all of that other stuff. Golden State is Golden State. You're going to lose to KD with the Splash Brothers, all right? Even though you had Kyrie and Love, I knew you're going to lose that one too, okay? I get it. Can't get past the Dallas loss.
Agree.
Can't get past that.
He has one he shouldn't have.
That's right.
And he has one that he doesn't have one that he should have.
Okay.
I think we got past that he didn't play in the All-Star game, though, now. we might have gotten past that.
And let's also be very clear why it's held against him. It's held against him, not because he lost the finals. It's how he lost.
Can you tell we moved on from this?
Let's move on.
I already made a joke. Come on. Did you see stuff?
Right? So usually we have Monica asking, is that McNuts? And we have Lewis asking, is that ridiculous?
Yep.
And because we thought it would be cute, there's really no other reason, we're going to switch them. So we're going to have them do each other's segments, okay? So let's start with Monica doing an NBA version of, is that ridiculous? Monica, if I said Anthony Davis should be shut down for the rest of the season, the Maverick season is over with the Kyrie injury, Irving, and everything else, you should just shut him down. Is that ridiculous?
I'm standing next to one of our most sage and reasonable insider reporters, and I have to admit this is not ridiculous, even though I personally don't subscribe to the shutdown. I struggle with this because I think reps matter, but the Kyrie Irving injury obviously is the straw that literally breaks the Mavs back. And so go ahead and protect your future.
Okay, we'll go to that one. The Thunder, if I went to the next one. If I said the Thunder should make a push for Kevin Durant this summer, is that ridiculous?
Let me be very clear on this one. This is not ridiculous. However, I wouldn't do it, and I don't understand why you want to, right? I mean, I do understand why you want to, but I don't understand why you need to. Nice, Lou. Way to get him a shot. Anyway,
I didn't see you
don't know why. I don't know why we insist upon, and shout out to our parent company, a Disney finish to this. Like, who says KD wants to go back? Who says...
Incredible thing to say about somebody. But number two, it speaks to his level of dedication. The one thing you can't do is cheat your way to conditioning.
Right.
You can't cheat your way to it. You can't. There's no way around that. I don't care how skilled you are. You can't just wake up and be in shape.
Yeah, no, you have to work at it.
You got to work
Can I just pause you for
and he does
a second,
that.
Stephen A., because obviously I sit on the show every day, and often I hear the GOAT debate, right? Especially with Shannon Sharp, who we know is a huge LeBron fan, and you're always the proponent for MJ. I mean, just earlier this week, he was going to pull out a full GOAT costume.
A full GOAT costume.
Full GOAT costume.
He better not do that.
And I understand what you're saying is we're kind of debating apples and oranges at this point when we're looking at sustained greatness. We're treating LeBron almost like a Tom Brady, right? And then you talk about more of like at their peak with an MJ, maybe like a Patrick Mahomes is the best we've ever seen, and maybe he'll end up having the sustained greatness. I'm just curious why last night you just decided I'm going to put this debate to rest, and all of a sudden you feel like it's no longer a debate.
Because I think that when listening to Wendy this morning talk about the breath,